Oh, my mother was afraid of her life of robin. Now got to be good one.
Aye.
If a robin come into the house, she'd lose her life.
It was a bad sign.
Bad
wasn't
sign,
it?
yeah. She had an awful fear of robin.
Aye.
No other bird. She might any other bird.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have a death now. That's
Yeah, you see, maybe
something would have happened.
Yeah, it was handed down.
A robin
yeah.
came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if she hopped around the table, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had an honest to God now, and I couldn't. She was afraid of her life for robin.
My grandmother used to look after this robin, and it never come back after she died. She used to feed it with her breakfast. They used to stand on her breakfast tray in the mornings and eat off her breakfast tray. And but she died. She was bedridden at the time, and she died, and the robin never come in anymore.
I don't like a bird inside. I do not. Nor tipping on the window.
No, well, I wouldn't mind tipping on the window, but if a bird comes in, it's some sign of a death or something. Not so much even that it may be a death, but something is going to happen, like, you know.
Well, I've often heard of pigeons coming in are supposed to be a sign of death, and but I'd have no knowledge of it. Like, I do have one case when I was in England, and we were nursing this old lady one night, and we found her dead in the bed, and there was a pigeon after coming in and standing over her bed.
Just do not bring in a hawthorn. Do not bring the hawthorn into the house. Very, very unlucky.
Or years ago, there was an old alder. There's two kind of alders.
Oh, if you hit someone with
If you hit an animal, yes, if you hit an animal, you have bad luck, yeah. They made out that maybe our Lord was hit with an alder or something. And I don't know whether it was alder or not now. There was another particular type of tree.
Aye. Alder,
yeah. Yeah. Maybe it was alder, yeah.
The poplar tree is supposed to be very unlucky. That is the tree that our Lord's cross was made out of. Poplar. It's supposed to be very, very heavy and very unlucky, and you wouldn't, if how possible, don't cut a poplar tree.
And there's another thing, you don't put red and white flowers together. That's a superstition among nurses. And if there was red and white flowers brought in, they'd change them. Supposed to be unlucky.
I know a woman that was moving house on Saturday. It's only a couple of months ago, and I was down in Clongean, and she said, "Has Mrs. Kiley moved?" And I said, "She's moving on Saturday." "Oh my God, she won't move on Saturday." And I said, "Why? If the day is fine," I said, "that's all she wants." "Oh God, no, Saturday, I wouldn't move into a house for Saturday." "Oh God," I thought. The day was fine, I didn't. But she was serious about it, you know. She wasn't going to.
Oh, she had that belief.
She
it
had
was
that
wrong.
belief,
That was
yeah.
it.
Some of them used to, they believed in, not gambling after 12 and all that carry on, They didn't want it. And some of them used to play with the Joker in. They reckoned the Joker was the devil, didn't they?
Well, if you died and you were a very good living person, they'd say you won't be very long on the year in the graveyard till someone come and take your place. But if you have a different make here, you could be there for 3 months, and people belong to you be supposed to leave a drink of water every week on the pier of the year to keep the thirst.
Yeah.
Keep you from getting thirsty.
If a local funeral was passing, I'd pull down the blinds.
Pull down the blinds, yeah, that was. Yeah, but they don't do that much now anymore. But then it was always out of respect for the dead.
Exactly.
A respect for the dead that.
You didn't yoke a horse. You didn't yoke a horse if somebody died.
Yeah.
Your neighbour died, you did not yoke a horse.
You didn't ever tell it.
Oh God, you'd never yoke a horse. Jim Franklin did.
Yeah.
You'd never yoke a horse. Or
No,
do any
but,
kind of work. That was
no,
3 days that you did not.
Yeah. But everyone did them times pull down the blind when a funeral would be going by, passing by the house. Even though, whether they be relative or not, they do it out of respect for the dead, like, wouldn't they? Especially when they be local, you know.
They said you wouldn't marry in May, you drew the day. That's all I don't know, like, if there's any, but that was a saying, like, if you got married, you would have no luck. Things wouldn't go right anyway.
That is, you don't take the paintbrush in your hand in May to do anything.
Well, no, you never whitewashing.
May.
No, 1st of May, isn't
yeah.
it?
From 1st of May till 1st of June. You don't whitewash in May, you whitewash all your luck away.
God, I don't know, I've seen people doing it. And then
I've seen that, and if
it didn't make any difference.
of that, but I know a woman, oh my God, and 5 years down the line, if something was to happen in that woman's house, she couldn't have better luck. I seen her whitewashing the maid. She'd go back and she'd point back to that.
Yeah,
So she couldn't have it. I seen her whitewashing the maid, and that would be her belief.
Nobody would dare whitewashing May, because the whitewash just said all the look away. There'd be no look for the rest of the year.
Well, I heard that nobody, they wouldn't let you have any milk on the 1st of May. Now, I presume they thought that if they gave milk away, that they'd end up with no milk themselves,
You didn't churn on the 1st of May because the fairies would take the butter, and the butter would never turn into butter. You could churn all day and it wouldn't turn into butter, because to be the 1st of May and you didn't churn on the 1st of May.
And sometimes if you churned and the butter wouldn't come, they said the fairies had got it
just hear
some way.
being said,
It was just, and I think all that was is the cream wasn't sour enough to make butter.
Aye.
And I think it's just, the way you have to have it just right to get the butter.
Yeah.
Well, you don't.
I just barely remember.
that.
Yes, I do
But
remember.
I think that's part of the story, because I remember myself and my sister were going to a dance one night, and we were to churn first.
Yeah.
And we churned and we churned and we churned. And nothing come. Remember,
No
we
butter.
weren't going to the dance until we got the butter.
Aye.
But we never got butter that night. But I think it was because the cream wasn't sour enough.
Aye.
And she was making us do hard labour.
If a neighbour called, you'd have to give them a go at the churn, because if not, they could spirit away some of your butter, So you'd give them a go ahead the way that you'd kind of neutralise them. Yeah.
I remember the thing about the fairy butter, and I saw my mother herself. I saw her collecting the fairy butter and bringing it in and throwing it behind the fire, burning it. The fairies would take the cream from your milk. Old timber, you would often see this, but it's a real soft butter, and the old people picked that if they saw it and burned it.
People years ago, when they were sowing the corn, they used to throw out the tran water, and to sprinkle around the field.
What, the holy water?
Oh yeah, there'd be tran water, be on the corn, or the corn be getting bad in places. They used to do it. I can remember the farmer I worked with now, I have seen him doing it with the tran water. Because the corn would be disappearing in places. And throw out the tran water on it. You see that
to make it grow.
Yeah, but sure, it would be disappearing.
To be already, probably.
Yeah.
I know they used to years and years ago. I had to bring it for a woman one day, about 2 stone. It nearly killed me. And she had potatoes and corn and you name it. Maybe a stone of seed potatoes.
Yeah.
Bring them, it was Easter Saturday or something, to get it blessed.
Yeah.
The holy water for them.
Yeah.
To be spread on it, with the priest. And bring them back in and they'd sow the spots. But she'd never bring them herself. She'd always get some egot, to say, will you bring those,
Yeah.
You'd be bringing about 2 stone of stuff, corn and potatoes and everything to get it, the holy water, sprinkled on them.
The priests came out from Roston, from the mission.
The Augustinians.
Augustinians came from New Rost to bless the water each year. And then this tran water, you had to go to the 4 corners of the field, spread this water, shake around.
Bless the water, yeah.
And they used to bless salt as well.
Well, we always put the blessed salt on the calves. When a cow would calf, we'd shake the blessed salt on the calf for the cow to lick. And of course, they'd have more salt as well, a sprinkling of the blessed salt.
Every Easter Saturday night, you leave up the packet, and it'll be blessed on Sunday morning, and you bring it back in. Now, the sick animal is what?
Yeah, well, I
the
think
house like blessed.
Yeah, I think years ago too, they used to use the salt sometimes, didn't they? You put it into a little bit into the bacon when we making bread or something like that. Yeah, it was supposed to be great for that. Well, they believed that the old people believed in it great for I don't know what it is, or exactly why they done it, but they did.
But people used the blessed salt for any little thing that was sick or not well, or, you know, if there was something that was, an animal that wasn't well, you'd throw a little bit of blessed salt on them, and maybe the water as well, holy water.
Yeah, when the cow would calf.
Oh, yes.
With a brine. The cow would lick the calf, make the calf.
But of course, that was nature.
Yeah.
You know, if she wasn't inclined to lick, if she got a taste of the salt, she'd be dry and she'd lick away.
Yeah.
You know, there was no religious connotation in it. It was just when she got the taste of the salt, same as eating
But they wouldn't
peanuts.
put all the salt on that time all the time. They put the blessed salt on.
Yeah, but I'm sure if you put ordinary salt. Once she got a taste of the salt, it'd be the same as eating peanuts.
That's right.
You couldn't keep them out of your mouth.
There was a fella out, and he was throwing out water for the trans. Now it happened a few years ago, but not that long ago, because I can't think of the name of the fella, but anyhow he didn't want the neighbours to see him throwing out the tran water in case they think he was cracked.
Yes.
So he had a bottle in his pocket and he gave it and shake it every so often.
Yeah.
And someone said to him, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm trying to bamboozle them fucking trans." He said.